What time is it? It's Packard Pokes At time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesAt where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokes At and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokes At, and I'm poking at your news. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another fine edition of Packard Pokes At. I am your immutable and unmutable host, Packard Sonic, and joining us tonight from the far East Coast is Joe Unseen.
Hello.
Alrighty, and how you doing tonight, Joe?
Good.
Joe is no longer doing the job that he was doing. He now has more time. No more rushing to get onto the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now, but we're still waiting for you.
I was waiting to turn my computer on.
Yeah, I know.
Piece of junk.
Well, it is a PC. You know, what can you say? The magnetic field of the Earth surrounds everybody. And being in the electronic era, electronic fields surround us everywhere. You know, we've got little electronic fields from the microphone I've got. It's got a little electronic field around it. My headphones, the light bulbs, and going back to the larger one of the one the planet has, it allows animals to find where they're going, directional things like little GPS devices in their bodies somewhere that helps focus where they're going. And where I'm going with this, several years ago, there was a device. It was called the God Helmet. What it was an electronic device that was developed a number of years ago. They put this on people, and people would experience what they thought was heavenly divine thinking. And they were wondering how this was working, and because of the magnetics that were in it, there was a lot of magnetics that were there that were being focused on different parts of the brain. And since magnetic fields affect our brains, there was another study just recently done where a Dr. Kenzie Lumza, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, with a team from the University of California in Los Angeles at the UCLA, carried out an innovative experiment that, using transcranial magnetic stimulation in a safe way, temporarily shut down specific regions of the brain, which is very interesting. What they were able to trigger was, instead of people having God beliefs and being very hostile towards people who are immigrants or whatever, they were able to actually reduce people's belief in imaginary sky wizards and hate towards people who are
Immigrants,
thank you. And I'm wondering, maybe what we need to do is start immersing more religious people in magnetic fields. Give them more cell phones. Give them more computers. Just surround them in magnetic fields. Maybe this will stop triggering these antisocial behaviors that they've got. Dr. Zumza from the University Department of the Psychology said, people often turn to the ideology when they're confronted by problems. We wanted to find out whether a brain region is linked to solving problems. Deciding on how to move one's body to overcome an obstacle is also involved in solving abstract problems addressed by ideology. And that's very interesting right there, because people use their ideology sometimes, or quite often, to figure out how they're going to treat people. The interest in the brain is based on the ideology, led the team to focus on religion and nationalism. And since they decided to focus on this particular part, they made sure that the people that came in there, if they were religious at a certain point, or what they thought of immigrants and everything like that. And the study, it was very interesting how much that their religious beliefs went down by. They reported 32.8% less belief in God, angels, or heaven, and also 28.5% more positive in their feelings towards immigrants who criticized their country. Joe, your thoughts?
I only hate the immigrants that God tells me to hate. Yeah, this is definitely interesting. I don't really understand. Like, I have more questions about this article. Like, I was wondering like what kind of energy they were using and how they were passing it into people's brains and stuff. Like, that's just really weird. If it's related to the God helmet thing you were talking about, then I guess I can see like, like they just know ways to do that. But like as I was reading it, like my little like skeptic alarm was going off the whole time. Like, wait, they did what? They did what? But the other thing I wondered is like, did they ask them ahead of time? And they did. They asked them ahead of time how they felt about
Yes.
religion and about immigration and stuff. And so then they conducted the experiment. They split them into two groups. Half of them received the brain energy and the other half didn't. And they found that the group that received the brain energy and shut down that part of their brain had a reduced belief in God and a reduced hatred of immigrants. So that's definitely interesting.
Yes.
What that means, why that happens, I don't really understand that part. The article concluded and said that they think that the part of the brain that allows you to believe in God and hate outside group people is somehow related to how you climb over trees that fall in your path or something. I don't understand that part.
It's basically, problem solving. If a tree were to fall in your path, you figure out, how am I supposed to get around to this tree? Do I
So
just climb
believing
over
in God is a problem solving?
Well, some people consider turning to an imaginary sky wizard as solving their problems because they figure, hey,
It's more like ignoring a problem.
yeah, it is really ignoring a problem, really. But
Like, oh
well, God will take care of it.
it was meant to be,
That's
I
their way of
guess.
solving it, though. It's like, oh well, God will take care of it. So that's the problem solved. That's their rationale that God's taking care of the problem. So I mean, that's I'm real layman on this myself, but I've been following like the God helmet information stuff for a while now, and
Yeah, I'd never heard of that. That's interesting.
yeah, it's been around for a number of years, and they even put Richard Dawkins in it. Now the thing is, he didn't feel like he had like hearing voices or things or God delusionish piece stuff like a lot of people were having it. It was about 80% of the people who were put into this God helmet were feeling that kind of stuff. They're like, oh, I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy and I feel like something's loving me from the outside and all that other happy horse shit. So magnetic fields are very, very powerful stuff. I mean, they're all around us. And I'm just wondering, because we are immersed in them, I mean, literally in my house, I'm swimming in them. I mean, I've got several wireless access points in my house. So I'm being literally drowned in electromagnetic radiation.
Yeah. I'm not entirely convinced that electromagnetic fields have all that much effect on us anyway. I mean, there's people who claim to have like sensitivity to Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
and sensitivity to power lines and shit like that. But I think
Those are
just
very
full of
low.
shit.
Yeah, that's low, very low level stuff. I understand that, and I'm with you on that point. I'm definitely with you on that point because there are people who are claiming that cell phones give you cancer because electromagnetic waves are going to your brains and things like that. No, that's been totally debunked. That has been totally debunked. But we're talking specific amounts of magnetic fields. Like with the God helmet there, they have focused a lot of energy into one small location. So we're like, if you put yourself into an MRI, or if you've been in an MRI, they basically align the iron in the blood and the body and everything like that to get a resonance scan of the body. So because that's why they say you can't make sure you're not wearing any jewelry or anything magnetic or anything metal in the room with it, because it'll hit the machine. So you don't want that.
Right.
So I mean, if they can manipulate the body with magnetic field, I mean, at least the brain to some small degree. At least with this, it makes me wonder though. I mean, I still have the skeptic hat on there that's saying there's something more to this, but I'm not sure exactly what. But I mean, the results are very interesting to say, at the very least.
Yeah, definitely.
You have anything else you want to contribute on that?
No, I just, like when you started talking about the God helmet, I actually Googled it, and I had the Wikipedia page open. I'm like looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Yes, that it is.
Teach me how to be sensible, logical, oh, responsible, practical.
Tonight we have our logical fallacy game, and Joe is really good at this game. Let's see our topic for tonight. And our question is, I flipped a coin 10 times in a row, and it's been heads up. Therefore, the next coin flip is more likely to come up tails. Is this A, confirmation bias, B, appeal to flattery, C, relativist fallacy, or D, the gambler's fallacy?
I was going to say the gambler's fallacy.
The gambler's fallacy. Let's see what the chat room says. Karin says gambler's fallacy. Anybody else have a guess? Connie says it's a relativist fallacy. Dawkins says relativist fallacy. And the answer is D, the gambler's fallacy. Karin actually had that one right.
Woohoo!
Assuming a history of independent outcomes will somehow affect future outcomes. That's the.
This is proof that I'm as good at this game as Karn.
I've had discussions with the people that put up the logical fallacy site, and your logical fallacy is, and I was going back and forth with them on the gambler's fallacy based on something I knew, and they said, no, that still basically shows that it is a fallacy, so that you can't predict an outcome based on past outcomes just on statistics alone.
Right.
Because, anything, a bird could shit somewhere, and it's like, oh, that changes everything.
But the next flip was going to be heads.
Doc from the chat room said, did you know if you randomly flip coins and note the outcomes, then get somebody to randomly write heads or tails without flipping a coin, it's easy to tell which is the real outcomes. I've never been able to chance to do that, so I don't know for sure. All right. You ready to get to our commercial then, Joe?
No, I'm not ready.
Okay, great. We'll get to...
Okay, now I'm good.
Okay. All right, we'll be back in just a moment after these brief few words.
Contact us by email at ppappodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter as at Packard Pokes At. Like us on Facebook.com/Packard Pokes At. Call our Google Voice and leave a message at 662-709-PPAP or 662-709-7727, and we will respond to it on the show. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Join us live at vonlive.tv/Packard Pokes At. During the show, you can share your thoughts with us by calling 857-216-3200 using PIN number 35368 or on uberconference.com/Packard Pokes At. For links to the stories, visit our show page at packardpokesat.wordpress.com. You can help support the show by purchasing merchandise from cafepress.com/Packard Pokes At or make a donation to the show at patreon.com/Packard Pokes At. If you can't afford any money, why not share the show with your friends and rate us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, and on YouTube. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
What if we picked the wrong religion? Every week we're just making God madder and madder.
Testify!
The Westboro Baptist Church has done it again. Now, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where the Westboro Baptist Church was saying shit about Kim Davis. I'd like to refer to her as Miss Potato Face.
Why do you call her that? Oh, wait, never mind.
You know what? And I actually shouldn't do that because it's an insult to potatoes, and I love potatoes. Earlier this week, they were saying because of the fact is that she got remarried, which happens to lots of people here in the United States. They get divorced, get remarried, but because they are focusing all their attention on her, and they said, Shirley Phelps Roper told the Courier Journal, She said, it's all sin. It's all awful. But her sin enabled that sin, which is a logical fallacy of post hoc ergo propter hoc, or correlation does not equal causation, logical fallacy. Just
I love it when you talk Latin.
I know you get you all hot, Joe. Anyway, the group said that they were out there singing a bad parody of Kentucky Woman, and they changed the lyrics. They said she lies about God and claims that adultery is all right and God hates her. With the Westboro Baptist Church, God apparently hates everything, but not them. You know, when it comes between the Westboro Baptist Church and Kim Davis, I don't know which one is worse sometimes. Kim Davis, because she's in a position of power, she has the ability to legally, or not quite legally, she can attempt to stop people from getting married. Where the Westboro Baptist Church is just fucking annoying as hell. They can't legally do anything. I mean, they can go anywhere they want to, pretty much, within certain confines of the law, but they can't say, hey, everybody around us, fucking you can't sign a damn thing without my fucking say so. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to hold up the wheels of justice and the courts and everything like that because of my religious bigotry. Joe, your thoughts?
Power or authority over their people.
Exactly, her power or authority over people.
I think it's kind of funny that they went and picketed her. I mean,
yeah.
I don't really like it when they go after, grieving families at funerals and stuff. That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But the fact that they came out and they said they were going to go after her, it is kind of funny. It shows that they have a sense of humor. They said that she was an enabler. They called her a gay marriage enabler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've said it before. We've talked about her before. Who is she to be the judge of what an appropriate marriage is when she's had 4 of them?
Right.
So I mean, it's just it is what it is. Like, and they did their usual thing too. They were only there for like a half hour, and the article said she was inside. She was aware that they were there. So
yeah, you would think that when this came out that she was trying to block marriages. Gay marriages from the which was set by the Supreme Court, saying that, hey, gay people can get married. You would have thought, hey, they hate gay people too. They probably going, yay. No. And as a matter of fact, it says here on the article, apostolic Christian who attends the church 3 times a week, Davis would be better served by following the Supreme Court's June 26th ruling and issuing marriage license to all couples, according to Phillips Roper, because, quote, God hates oath breakers just like he hates adultery and hates same-sex marriage, unquote. That's some weird fucking logic.
Aren't they also into doomsday and all that? So they think that like they're against it, but they're also like this is just bringing along the end of the world sooner.
Yeah,
this kind of stuff.
Yeah, these people
so
are.
They're kind of like, yeah, we're against it, but do it.
These people are fucking batshit crazy. And the thing is, they are following their Bible almost to a T. They're not out stoning gays. I'm waiting for them to one of these guys to actually start following their Bible completely and start attacking somebody that's gay or whatever. They're not just out there.
Horrible.
It would be horrible. It would be horrible. Then it would be very good reason to shut them down because they are a cult. Of course, I say all religions are cult, just with better parking.
They have their own building. I think they have their own little parking lot, too. So.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but it's all gated, as a matter of fact. Connie Seawalker from the chat room says, WBC Phelps wakes up in the morning and looks in the mirror and says, God hates you. Just get revved up for her day. Oh, damn. Torvin from the chat room said, a friend of mine posted a story saying that scientists got leukemia cells to kill each other. I asked if they converted them to religion.
Why does everyone keep thinking I'm a troll?
We've started this new thing. We've been doing it a few times the last couple of months, where I read the headline for a story, and my co-host here has to accurately decide if the headline is a troll story, which is like from an Onion story, or based on a real life headline. Are you ready, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. The first headline reads, and no Googling, so keep your fingers off the Google, everybody. So let's see if you can do any better at home. If you elect Hillary Clinton as president, she will steal the souls of your children and declare a new era of liberal darkness. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
That's a true story. That actually happened. I read that on the NewYorkTimes.com.
No, that's actually a troll story.
Get out of here. Stop it.
That's
she's not going to take everybody's souls, then who is?
Right. That's from BigAmericanNews.com.
That's my new favorite homepage.
Okay, next headline. Man steals taxi so he doesn't have to walk home, police say. Is this a true event or is this a trolls event?
That likely happened.
That is correct. That was from the Huffington Post.
Yeah, that doesn't sound unusual, actually. I mean, I almost stole a police car once, not to get home, but because I thought it was going to be funny. But I'm glad I didn't. In retrospect, I probably made a better choice to not do that.
Probably better that you didn't. All right, the next headline. Murder victim plays dominoes at his own wake. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
It's a troll headline. How can a murder victim be alive to play dominoes if they're dead?
No, that's actually a true. That's actually a true story.
How can someone who's murdered
They
play
propped him.
dominoes?
They propped him up, made him look like he's playing dominoes. That's from the Huffington.
Well, then he wasn't playing dominoes. He was just. They were using his body
That's
as a prop.
that I know, but that's what you have to determine based on the headline there. That was the headline, but that was from the Huffington Post. Okay, next headline: Women arrested for DUI tells police her name is Hell on Wheels. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline? What's that?
Like just as it's likely that someone stole a taxi, it's likely that a woman would say that to a cop.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
That is true. That's from the Huffington Post.
The world's greatest news story. The HuffPo.
The HuffPo.
The HuffPo.
Next headline. U.S. poetry rates soar to new high. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
U.S. poetry rates?
Yes, U.S. poetry rates soar to new high.
Well, Americans don't read poetry because that's just stupid. So, so it's a troll headline.
That is correct. That's from the News Mutiny. All right, our next headline. Police. Van full of ammunition failed to put out garbage fire. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
The police were stopping a garbage fire? A van full of ammunition failed to put out a garbage fire?
That's what I said.
That makes no sense to me. I have no idea what that means. That's got to be a troll headline.
No, that's actually a true headline from UPI.
All right. I have no idea what it means.
For our next headline, white supremacists lose big on Jeopardy. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
That's I mean, you have to pass a written test, a really long written test to get onto Jeopardy, and I could see a white supremacist maybe going and taking the test and getting on the show. So yeah, okay.
You think that's true?
It's true.
No, that's a troll headline. That's from News Mutiny also. Our next headline. Couple prolongs police standoff to have sex one last time. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
That seems like it could happen.
That is correct. That's also from the Huffington Post. All right, our next headline. Desperate Ohio now exploring homeopathic execution message. I can't say it. Desperate Ohio now exploring homeopathic execution methods. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
I do know that death rows all around the United States are running out of the drugs to execute prisoners with. And some states have even been desperate and tried to illegally buy the drugs from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been getting in trouble trying to do that kind of stuff. So I also know that some of the death rows, they've been like trying to invent new drugs to kill their prisoners with.
Yep.
For Ohio to pursue homeopathic, I mean, if that's true, somebody needs to lose their job. Because they obviously don't deserve the job they have. But I'm going to say that's a troll headline.
That is correct. That is a troll headline. Okay. Next headline. Subway agrees to measure sandwiches as part of a settlement. Is this a true headline or a troll headline?
Oh my god. Could you imagine somebody suing Subway like this sandwich isn't 6 inches long? What the hell?
What the hell? It's only 5.5.
Yeah. Oh my god. I that's got to be a troll headline.
No, that's actually a true headline. That's from UPI. The previous one was from The Onion. I forgot to mention that. All right, next headline. Ted Cruz, atheist Taliban are a greater threat than ISIS. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
What did the atheist do to Ted Cruz to piss him off that much? I mean, I could see him coming out and saying something stupid like that, but I can't imagine anything happening recently that would make him want to say that. So it's got to be a troll headline.
That is correct. It is a troll headline from Newslo. Okay, last one, and then we're going to have to get out of here. Maryland police officer accused of biting man's testicles leaves department. Is this a true headline or is this a troll headline?
Oh, that's just disturbing. I hope it's true. It's true. I'm going with true because I want it to be true. Not that I want it to be true, but it's got to be true.
It is true, actually.
It's true.
It's true. That's from UPI also.
I'm going to start reading UPI from now on.
And those are the headlines, folks. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
And sometimes cops bite your testicles.
Sometimes cops bite your testicles off. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming. We'll be back next week with our 1-hour show. We're going to be doing our Okay, Let's Talk. We're going to be doing Halloween. And we'd really appreciate it if you would send us your stories. Send it to ppapodcast@gmail.com if you have a spooky story you want to tell us. And we'll have the phones open. If you want to tell a quick story, that'd be great. Just try to keep it real short, within about 2 or 3 minutes. And we'll read a few on the air as well. And we'll talk about the holiday as it is as well. So,
woohoo!
Yeah, so be sure to be here. Joe's going to be here. Connie's going to be here. And we have somebody that hasn't been on in a while. He's going to be on with us, too. And that's going to be Dana. The talking primate's going to be joining us. So come and join us on Friday next week. We'll see you then. This has been Packard Pokes At. We just poked at your news.
And that's a wrap.